Again, he pushed it harder and asked how much money was in our vault for when he comes back with a gun.
See, he's trying to get him to think outside the box. Protocol this, corporate that.
This might be undercover boss.
Yeah.
We've all heard there is no I in team. The truth is, teams are made of us, individuals. And teams are only as strong as their weakest die. That's what we are here to talk about on the I in team.
I'm Mark.
I'm Diane.
I'm Mike.
And we are EchoCatt Corporate Team Building and Entertainment.
Today we have a special guest with us and a guitar. It's Bob.
I'm Bob. This is the guitar.
These are my fingers and they hurt.
Sorry. So I'm going to read a letter from one of our viewers. By the way, thank you for sending in a letter. We love these letters. And then we're going to kind of turn it over and have some fun with Bob and his guitar.
Okay.
Dear INT, I used to work for a bank. Most of the time, we had no issues with customers. We did, though, have one that caused a scare. The man, a well-known customer that frequented my branch at least 3 times a week. One afternoon, he showed up and asked what would we do if he told us to give him all our money.
I'm very curious to the answer to this.
He was told that we would have protocols to deal with robberies and left it at that. Then he pushed a little harder and asked, well, what would you do if I came in here with a gun and told you to get all the money out of the vault?
Yes, I really want to hear the answer to that.
He was again told that we would follow our corporate protocol. Again, he pushed it harder and asked how much money was in our vault for when he comes back with a gun.
See, he's trying to get him to think outside the box. Protocol this, corporate that.
This might be undercover boss.
Yeah.
He was then asked to leave.
Wonder why.
I don't know. My manager called our corporate office and asked, how should we proceed with this? Our corporate office told us not to do anything about it because he had over $1 million deposited in each of his multiple accounts we had for him.
That's the key component there. Right? Yeah, that's the punchline.
Right. Now, here's what I don't understand right off the bat. All right, this guy comes in 3 times a week.
Right.
How do they not know that, he has multiple accounts and millions of dollars in there? Like, what do they do there?
Well, I don't know if they didn't know. Maybe they didn't know there's a cutoff where people can rob you.
Or threaten to.
We only accept robberies from millionaires.
Yes.
Yeah.
If all you got is $12,000 in the bank, we're calling the cops.
Right.
Well, maybe this guy was just trying to see how safe his money was. Like, what if somebody else came in?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because all of his money is clearly in the vault in cash. That's how banks operate.
Millions. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
So you can get arrested if you threaten to rob a bank, and you really need the money, but you don't get arrested if you threaten to rob a bank and you don't need it.
Yeah, he was asking hypothetical questions.
Exactly.
Right?
Bob, we don't know what happened here. We're sorry.
The question is, was corporate correct in saying, oh, let him go because he has a lot of money? Shouldn't he have been given a letter, a slap on the hand, at least something? Hey, please don't, you're making our tellers feel uncomfortable, dude.
Yeah.
But if I'm a millionaire, you know what? I'm taking my money out.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to a bank that lets me ask those questions.
Do we have a song?
I think there is.
Oh, what?
So Diane actually likes, there's a little improv game song that I called The Worst Job That I Ever Had. And it has a chorus that we can come back to. I'll share the chorus, and I even have a first verse to sing about it.
Okay.
I wanted to.
Well, it's just not a one at a time. We do solo verses on this one.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the way the chorus goes is, it's the worst job I ever had. It was the worst job I ever had. All right, so I got a job where I work with a lot of bills. But one day a customer came in and gave me lots of chills. Let's see, it was a crime, but it was white collar. with it because he had $1 million. It was the worst job I ever had. It was the worst job I ever had. Anybody got an idea? The millionaire, he asked what would happen if I bring in the gun. I had told him he would not have a lot of fun. Job I worked at, it was a bank. That experience, it really stank.
Oh,
it was the worst job I ever had. It was the worst, oh, the worst job I ever had. Horrible.
You get one?
I got one.
Yeah.
Take it, Diane.
Veggie burger fries and a malt. But I spent my lunch hour locked in the vault.
Ooh,
Yeah.
sing it.
It was scary because it was really dark. Then a creepy voice came and said, "I'm Mark."
It was the worst job I ever had. It was the worst job I ever had.
There was a customer, he filled me with despair.
Oh no!
Got away with it, cause he was a millionaire.
Oh, I hate him.
One day he came in, I was no longer filled with dread.
Oh, what happened?
I grabbed a gun and I robbed his rich ass instead.
Oh, it was the worst job I ever had. It was the worst job I ever had. It was the worst, by far the worst I ever had. It was the worst, definitely the worst I ever had. I ever had. Yeah. I kind of feel I should get another verse after Diane's.
Like a rebuttal?
Yeah.
A rebuttal verse?
Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah.
I don't have it.
Mikey and I should have switched for that if you knew that was coming.
What was that?
Yeah, you're in a.
I'm
Okay.
Mark. Well, Bob, thank you. Oh, you got something?
Oh, no, I was going to say, no, it's great to be here. Is there any way that somebody could bring this to their organization?
Hey, that's a great question, Bob.
Man, if only.
Yeah.
If there was a company that could come in and do some training
Yeah.
and have fun doing it, yes.
Wait,
Well,
I know someone with a company like that.
Just off the top of my head, I'm thinking.
All right.
Get this.
Yeah.
What if we used improv to help do corporate team building?
Whoa.
Yeah.
How's that going to help with that particular situation?
Well, we would go in and we would do things that help you with public speaking, public singing,
Yeah.
communication, things like that. You know what? I'm going to call it EchoCATT, CATT, culture and team training.
Ooh.
Yeah, EchoCATT.
Wow.
We're gonna echo your culture and team training.
And we're going to put a link in these for you to be able to click on to see learn about more about EchoCATT.
Ooh, we'll
Are
put
we
it
gonna do
right
that?
here. We'll put it right here.
Hopefully in the description below.
But definitely send us some of your crazy workplace stories because we love hearing about them and singing about them.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
We're
Thanks
all
for
free.
joining us.
I'm Mark.
Diane.
I'm Mark.
I'm Mike.
I'm Bob. Special guest, apparently.
Oh, hi, Bob.
Oh, we can't even get through the
Hey,
intro.
what are you doing here?
Let's try this again. I'm Mark.
I'm Mike.
I'm Mark.
Bing, bing, bong.
Are you introducing me? So should
Yeah,
I
and Mike.
Okay,
Yeah,
guys.
you introduce him like you did last time. Remember
I'm
how
on
we
it.
did that?
I didn't do it. Mike did.
All right, then Mike does it.
Then
You say we are Echo Cat.
Yeah. You do the we are Echo Cat, and then I introduce Bob.
That's how that works.
I'm waiting for you to say your Mark. I'm on it.
All right.
Right.
I'm Mark.
I'm Mike.
No!
Are you the bong?
Bing, bing,
That was Bing Bing Bong.
No, bing, bing, bong.
You are off. Because then I
Yeah.
come back and then there.
We go in order,
Okay.
just like we did every
I have
single
no
time.
idea why I run out of storage.
I know.
Well, you're about to run out again.
Yeah.
So let's.
That'll learn you.
All right.